Hello, my name is Sven Sachs. I'm a vertebrate paleontologist at the Natural History Museum in Bielefeld in Germany. My research focuses on Mesozoic marine reptiles and in particular on plesiosaurs, a group that I'm studying since more than 20 years. In our study in PJ, which I co-authored with Daniel Matzia from the Polish Academy of Sciences, we describe a new kind of plesiosaur from the Posidonia Shale of Germany. The Posidonia Shale is a Lower Jurassic formation called the Posidonian Schiefer Formation, which is well known for exceptionally well-preserved and complete fossils of fish and reptiles which have been found in abundance and which are embedded in slabs. Fossils of ichthyosaurs and thalattosauриans have been found in high numbers and they are in museums collections around the world. However, plesiosaurs are much rarer. Currently, we know 13 complete skeletons and a number of fragments, and this material is curated in museums in Germany. So far, we knew 5 plesiosaur genera from Holzmaden and surroundings, which represent the 3 major plesiosaur lineages of the Lower Jurassic: Pliosaurids, Romaleosaurids, and Plesiosauroids. Lower Jurassic Plesiosauroids are characterized by their long necks. The majority of Toarcian plesiosaur finds can be assigned to the family Microcleididae. Microcleidids are characterized by extremely elongate neural spines at the posterior neck and the dorsal region, which can be up to 3 times as tall as they are long at the base. The new specimens that we described from Holzmaden has been found in 1978, and it is since in the museum in Stuttgart. It is a nearly complete and articulated skeleton, and it even preserves fossilized remnants of soft tissue. Only the skull is less well preserved. The specimen is characterized by its extremely long neck that is composed of 41 vertebrae. The atlas axis is missing, so the minimum number is 43 vertebrae, in which it is possible that 1 or 2 additional anterior-most cervicals are also missing. Only one other plesiosaur from the Lower Jurassic is known to have such a long neck, which is Microcleidus tournamurensis from southern France. The specimen from Holzmaden can be distinguished from Microcleidids by a number of characters, including low neural spines in the posterior neck and in the pectoral region. Another peculiar feature is the presence of V-shaped neurocentral sutures in all cervical and pectoral vertebrae. Pectoral vertebrae are a kind of vertebrae found in plesiosaurs that forms the transition from the neck to the dorsal series. Such V-shaped neurocentral sutures are known in the anterior and mid-neck cervicals of the early pliosaurs and Romaleosaurids. The only other Lower Jurassic plesiosauroids that show such a suture in the posterior neck and in the pectorals is Plesiosaurus from the lowermost Lower Jurassic of Portugal. However, the anterior part of the neck is missing in Plesiosaurus, so we don't know if the condition in our new plesiosaur is unique. Another interesting feature, which is otherwise only known in Westphaliosaurus among Lower Jurassic plesiosauroids, is the presence of one facet for the cervical ribs in the posterior-most neck and 2 facets in the remaining cervicals. Finally, the new plesiosaur has a very high number of dorsal vertebrae with 20 to 21. The preservation does not allow us to be more precise, but this is the second highest number known in the Lower Jurassic plesiosaurid. Only Franconiosaurus has more with 22 dorsal vertebrae. The new plesiosaur shows this interesting and unique combination of characters which allows us to give it a name. We've chosen Plesionectes for the genus. Plesio refers to the plesiosaur affinities and nectus means swimmer. The species we called longicolum, which means long-necked, as reference for the long neck. Interestingly, the specimen was not fully grown, but it is already larger than many of the other plesiosaurs from the Posidonia Shale. We compared the characters that we consider diagnostic for Plesionectes with other plesiosaurs for which different growth stages are known, and found that the majority of anatomical characters are not affected by ontogenetic changes, and that most of the changes occur in the limbs and girdle bones, which are not included in our diagnosis. Plesiosaur is significant for several reasons. It represents the oldest known plesiosaur from the Posidonia shale; all other finds are younger. It represents a rare example of a non-microclided plesiosaur in the Jurassic. It shows that the taxonomic diversity in the Jurassic is higher than previously thought, and it highlights the importance to study historically collected material in museums' collections.